If you guys didn't see yesterday, I threw a bit of shade onto Aaron Rodgers and the Mike Williams situation. Now, we all know that Mike Williams got traded from the Jets to the Steelers, and he made an immediate impact with a one catch, one reception, one target, one TD, and probably, the most important catch of the game to win the game. And that was yesterday or this morning when I started talking about that. It was Mike Williams getting 6 points, the New York Jets yesterday getting 6 points for Aaron Rodgers. And I do understand too, this is 2 videos in a row where I'm like bagging at Aaron Rodgers, but it's too good to not pass up the opportunity to do so. Because I really don't believe he should be a Hall of Famer. And I think also his career is washed. Go back to the Jets game. They all said, oh, Rodgers and Devontae Adams and this team is going to take over and there's no chance that the Jets are going to beat the living daylights out of the Steelers. It didn't happen. They threw like 30 yards together. There's no chemistry. A-Rod always throws his receivers under the bus. But I did see on Instagram, because I follow Mike Williams on Instagram, and some of the players I try and follow to try and see, what they're saying or another insight to what they're doing, right? And there was this picture that I saw from Mike Williams talking about, if you go back to a few weeks ago, he missed a pass. It was Aaron Rodgers throwing to Mike Williams in the Bills game. The timing was off. And Aaron Rodgers talked about the red line where it wasn't in the right place. Instead of taking responsibility for the quarterback and saying, you know what, it's my bad, I'll get better next time, yada, yada. He just started to throw Mike Williams under the bus. And maybe that's why he was also traded, because they went and brought Devontae Adams in, and then Mike Williams wasn't the fit there anymore. Maybe they didn't want him. And that's why we got him. I'm so happy we did now at receiver 2. And also Mike Williams is going to learn more and more and more as the weeks go on. To learn more about the playbook. As my mate, Bubba, if you're out there listening, Bubba from Steelers Dynasty Podcast said, I asked him, what do you do with Mike Williams? How do you get him into the offense? Bubba just said, go straight. And he did so. Russell Wilson, moonball, perfect pass. You watch that pass over and over and over again. It is a fantastic pass from Russell Wilson. Mike Williams down the sideline to win the game 28-27, as we know. But back to the Instagram post that was from Mike Williams. So it's the real Mike at Dub. It says, hashtag whole lotter, we back. And he says here, thankful, hashtag redline. It's a small jab at Aaron Rodgers, and I'm all for it, 100%. Mike Williams went from a struggling team who thought they were going to make noise this year, the Jets. I don't know why I'm picking so much on the Jets so much this year, but maybe it's because it's connected to Aaron Rodgers. And they were expected to go to the playoffs and be an AFC championship team. And the Steelers were expected to come 4th or 3rd and come last in the division or whatnot, which never happens. And the roles are reversed, and the Jets haven't got that stable franchise like we do, where we can bring in Russell Wilson, and a lot of people were also expecting him to tank. But the roles are reversed. Rodgers is playing really bad football. He's washed. So I like this. I like the fact that it's a small little jab. It says, whole lotter, we back, hashtag redline, right? And that was because Aaron Rodgers just pretty much called him out in the interview, took no responsibility. I saw a funny comment too. It was the other day when I was on a Facebook post or a YouTube site, said, what if Aaron Rodgers does go to the Hall of Fame? Who's he going to thank? He throws all his teammates under the bus. Who's going to show up to support Aaron Rodgers? So I thought that was pretty crazy. But that was there's a picture of Mike Williams celebrating. And it was here after catching the game-winning touchdown, Washington Commanders in Week 10. Williams posted a picture of himself scoring celebration and caption he wrote, thankful. Then also with the hashtags redline. And it goes on to say this article's from heavysteelers.com or something like that, where I got it from. It says here, while explaining to reporters after what happened to Rodgers with the play with Williams, he threw him under the bus. He says here it's 2 vertical routes. So this is the Bills game. Rodgers told reporters in a post-game press conference via Heavy Sports Paul Esden, Alan Lazard is down the seam. Mike's down the red line. I'm looking at Alan. He puts his hands up. 3 guys go with him. So I'm throwing a no look to the red line. When I peek my eyes back there, Williams is running the in-breaker. Now, to my football knowledge, what I think, the red line is like the line between, like, imaginary line they have in training camp near the sideline, right? So obviously, Williams ran the wrong route. If that's on him, fantastic. He ran the wrong route, but why put him on show? Why put Williams in the spotlight and say it's all his fault. It's not my fault being Aaron Rodgers. That to me, I find crazy. Here's the clip from A-Rod a few weeks ago. And you know what, too? I had to find the worst photo of A-Rod because I really, really, really can't stand the bloke. Here we go.
Well, there's two verticals, Allen's down the seam, Mike's down the red line. So I'm looking at Allen. He puts his hand up, three guys go with him. So I'm throwing a no look to the red line. And when I just peek my eyes back there, he's running an inbreaker. So it's got to be down the red line.
So were you throwing that spot to come back to it?
No, I was throwing it to the red line, but when I got to about here, I realized he was running an inbreaker, so I had to kind of adjust it a little bit.
Now, I do understand, too, if most of all, this channel is full of Steelers fans because I'm Steelers Nation Australia and Steelers fans, come in and comment my video. We're here to build a big Steelers community. But I do understand if people do like the play of Aaron Rodgers, that's fine. If you like him, if you think he's a good quarterback, good guy, whatever it may be, that's fine. That's your opinion. I'm simply just stating my opinion on the fact and showing you guys what Williams did and throwing a bit of shade. And it shows you now how comfortable, how good it feels probably to be on a winning team that is 7-2, getting ready to face this gauntlet. By the way, ticked off the Commanders already, getting ready to run this gauntlet that is the AFC North, Baltimore Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Browns, so on and so forth, in a better position where the Jets were. Your quarterback's calling you out, and Russell Wilson would do the exact opposite, where he's taking his teammates out to dinner, out to lunch, every Thursday. And Russell Wilson has been nothing but the best for this organization in terms of leadership, in terms of getting the players together, in terms of building that brotherhood of steel, in terms of the team is excelling on the field and having a good time off the field. You can just tell that. You go and find the footage when the bloke from the Commanders jumped over the 4th and 1. He jumped over the offside. He was encroachment. Game was over. Go and watch that footage where all 11 players have a different reaction. Russell Wilson does the put that shit on, AB dance. There's Mason McCormick going crazy. There's Connor Hayward out there going crazy. Darnell goes crazy. Zach Frazier gets right up into the face of the Commanders players. Everybody has a different reaction, but they're all celebrating the fact that they just won the game. This team is becoming something special. This is a different team from last year. We're scoring more points. Our defense is on fire. Yes, we can't allow a lot of points like that. 27 points is a lot of points, but we snuck away with a win. It was an instant classic game. I'm going to talk about this on the AFC North Roundtable. That will be tomorrow. If you guys want to check that out too, make sure you also check this out. AFC North Roundtable, 6 p.m. Eastern time. It's myself, Cincinnati, Chef Say, and Sam is now taking over the role from Bobby Baltimore. I will need to change that. We'll see how that goes. But this team is feeling to be something special, and they can go on a playoff run. They can go on to win the Super Bowl. They can do all these things. Yes, we have 8 games to go and about 7 weeks before I go to Pittsburgh to Christmas and versus the KC Chiefs. But it's feeling special because when Mike Williams does tweet something like that, it's a small little jab, but it tells you that maybe he was frustrated, or it's a little bit of a poke to the bear and say, sorry, Aaron Rodgers, we just didn't work out. You're throwing me under the bus. Now it's my time to throw you under the bus. I'm in a better team. I'm in a better situation. I'm in a much better environment. Cameron Hayward, I haven't saw he had a tweet talking about James Pierre, where he made the mistake. He said, "Don't worry about it. Brush it off. We all play together. We all get set, ready to go. And if a mistake happens, then everybody in the team has to do their part. Play football to the best of their ability and get around it and overcome that mistake." And that's what you saw yesterday. They overcame it. There was the 4th and 1, which is, when you think about it, if that call goes off and Mike Tomlin gets that call, and James Pierre does catch the ball and he runs away, that would be one of the best calls in NFL history, or best calls in Steelers history. But because he dropped it, it looks like a bad call. Then they went in for the points, but they recovered. Ben Skoranek got the fumble off the other bloke, the commander, and they went and tied it up. It was like pretty much, you got a TD, I got a TD, that style. So this team is buying in for each other. There's no real drama. There's no receiver 2 drama. There's no running back drama, offensive line drama. There's no real drama at all. All you can see is this team wanting to play for one another and also go out there and wanting to win games. They're 7-2. They're a good side. And I'm pretty sure, I reckon that Mike Williams is very happy by tweeting out thankful, #redline, and saying, you know what? My history with the Jets is over. Russell Wilson never talks about Denver. He talks about Seattle. He never talks about Denver. That's over. It's all about now the black and gold Steelers and celebrating this victory from yesterday. We are now Victory Monday. Celebrating this victory from Victory Monday and getting ready for the Ravens coming up next Sunday. So anyways, I might be going live later on today, guys. I'll see how we go in the next few hours or so. I just thought that was funny. I thought it was really funny. Thankful, #redline, because Aaron Rodgers always throws his receivers under the bus.